Now here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years' absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here. But just who is going to put their car on pole?
Welcome to the very first sprint qualifying on this F1 24 game, and indeed the first sprint qualifying we have ever done on any career mode. Yeah, it's weird to be doing this, but we are doing sprint qualifying, then we're doing the sprint, so let's see what we can do here. This is SQ1, and our aim obviously is to get through and into SQ2. All the sessions, of course, are shortened, so session 1 is, I think, 12 minutes, 2 is 10, and 3 is 8, so not very long at all. So every single lap counts here, and that is what we're trying to do, make it count. Right then, here we go into the long-term one that just never ends. There is a way to do it right, and I don't think we did it right, but now into the left, power down. Now here, you want to try and take it flat if you can. If you get your line right, you can. That was a little bit sideways on the curb. Now this is often where I struggle, just this little corner here, but you know what, that looks pretty tidy, didn't it? You've got to flick it out of the left-hander. And now we're on the straight. It's going to be a good lap, actually. Wow, we're quickest. That I didn't expect. All right. We're fastest in SQ1. So we are a 10th off of Tsunoda. And I think reality just hitting us a bit there as we head into the hairpin and the final corner. Can we make up some ground in Sector 3? I think it's been a fairly solid Sector 3, if I'm honest. As we head out of the final corner, onto the straight. What is it going to be? It's not enough! It's not enough to advance into Q2. And the reality check there. We went from fastest in Q1. We will start the sprint race from 13th. So, not too bad. And definitely in a place where we could have some opportunities heading our way, but P13 is as good as it gets for us.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Russell, Stroll, Tsunoda, Gasly, Sunshine, Ocon, Ricciardo, Bottas, Albon, Sargent, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track.
Here we go then, our first sprint, no pit stops required. It's pedal to the metal all the way. Let's see what we can gain as we get off the line here in Shanghai. We are underway for the sprint, and Lance Stroll really not underway at all. He's going to lose places straight off the bat. We move up into P12 then, and is there just a little look up the inside of a few of these going into turn 1? I think there's definitely a look on Pierre Gasly that could give us the position. We're going to go around the outside of him now. Where is Gasly? He's still there. He's still hanging on, and Gasly holds on nicely. And he makes it difficult for us to have a go. We're going to have a go down the inside here. And I'm going to try not to go into Alonso and Tsunoda, who are also having their own battle. But Gasly does not want to give this up, does he? Gasly down the inside. We're going to try and hold on around the outside. Gasly's still there. And Gasly not giving up, but in the end we forced him to give up. And someone behind us has given us a little nudge. I think that's Lance Stroll. But we have moved up into P11 and made a great start to this sprint. Up 2 places already, and we're 3 away from a point. A point would be great in a sprint race. We haven't been in the top 8 yet. And I tell you what, someone looked to be backing up a bit there. And that's kind of backed this pack up. And Stroll is a few tenths behind me here. So Stroll struggling a little bit, maybe getting caught out. This does not look good heading into the hairpin. Here we go down the inside of Tsunoda, and Tsunoda is still fighting me here. Tsunoda's really fighting me, but I'm going to force him in tight here and hope that'll be enough to keep the position. That is enough to keep the position. Up into P10 we go, and we're 2 places away from points. Someone's going to have a go at the inside. I think that might be Tsunoda. No way through there. In fact, I think that might have been Gasly, but I shut the door on him. And look at this lot backing up. So there's definite opportunities here. I'm going after a point here, and that would be a great way to start the weekend. Obviously, remember that we have a full Grand Prix to go still, so this is only the sprint race. But there goes Fernando Alonso. He's going to have a look down the inside of George Russell. Is he going to make that work? I can't see why he wouldn't. Alonso down the inside, and he's got a car that is working a lot better than Russell's. Russell drops to P9, and now he's going to be my next victim, although we don't want to be doing that too often as we dip off the circuit there. Russell might try and come back at Fernando Alonso, but there isn't going to be a way through there. But is there going to be a way through for us? I'm having a little look up the inside, but Russell says no. No way through for Joe. But I'm going to use overtake out of there, and I'm going to tell you why, because I think we could potentially have a run on George Russell here. We're over 3 tenths behind, but I'm going to send it down the inside because Russell is limping. So we want to get this done as quickly as possible. We have got it done. We've moved up into P9 now, 1 place away from a point, and that is a good place to be, especially when you've got George Russell limping behind you. So let's have a look at this. This is Russell, Gasly and Tsunoda getting sandwiched massively there, and Gasly just saying thank you very much, I'll take the position. It's George Russell. Russell is pulling over, so Russell had that problem earlier, and Russell is now out of the sprint. Should still be on for a top 10 here, but I want to keep clear of Gasly. I do not want Gasly coming through. Rather, I want to be getting after these guys in front. We're just not fast enough where it matters, and Gasly getting close, but he's not going to get through here. And Gasly quite a bit closer this time. So unfortunately we might have to defend. But I'm going to drain the battery to defend. Gasly going for the inside. Not going to be able to get it done this time, I don't think. He's still there, but he's just not quite got it done. And we're having to be careful. Meanwhile, Tsunoda and Sargent are having their own battle. And Gasly having to settle for being behind me at this stage. We've got another yellow flag ahead. Pierre cannot overtake. Gasly, you can't overtake here. You'll get a penalty. So, whatever there's a yellow flag for, I think someone's gone wide. No, it's an engine failure. It's Sergio Perez. And it's not Perez, sorry. It's Oscar Piastri. And somebody's whacked him and done damage to their car. I can't see who did the damage.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 2.0 seconds.
I do apologise, it's Oscar Piastri that's out of the race. I thought I saw a Red Bull out, but it's not. It is Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. But my question is, who whacked him up the back? Because whoever did, they will have done significant damage to their car. Now I've got Pierre Gasly on my rear, but we are holding on at the moment to P8 which would be a point in this sprint, but we've got to hold on to Pierre Gasly, and my tyres are not quite at their best anymore, and I'm just having to launch it as much as I can off the corner, drain the battery, and now we're going to have to defend once again. I'm coming over to the right. Gasly's there. We got another yellow flag. Everybody's backed up. What's happening here? There's a major incident at the hairpin. I've clicked the back of Sainz, and we're up into P3. Sainz has got a penalty, and we are running third in this sprint. Absolute scenes here. What happened there? We will have to have a look, but it looks like Sainz spun, and as I tried to avoid him, I got clipped by the Sauber. There's 15 cars left in the race. So this is what happens then. Sainz going into the hairpin, drops it on the exit, and it starts backing everyone up, other than Norris and Verstappen. There is everybody just going into it. I'm round the outside of Gasly, and Sainz, I think, began reversing into me, which is where I took the hit. So there I am going. Yeah, Sainz reverses into me, and that's where I took the hit. And there is Tsunoda and Sargent making their way through. Everybody just piling into it. So that's Hamilton and Alonso going into it. Gasly also going into it. Here is Tsunoda going round it. More cars going into it, including Valtteri Bottas. And Bottas gets pushed off. Someone else smashing into it. Tsunoda drove round it all and is currently running fourth. And Logan Sargent is going to pick up fifth. So some pretty big points up for grabs. Oh, if only this was the feature race. This would be a 15 points and a podium. It may only be the sprint, but it's still 6 championship points that we wouldn't have had, and that is a huge result for us. Tsunoda is also on for a huge result. What's going on at the start-finish straight? I see a green flag there. Max Verstappen winning the sprint race then. Lando Norris is going to take second. But in the most dramatic circumstances, we're going to take P3. Come on!
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time.
You just wouldn't have put a bet on it, would you? But yeah, we've got P3 from that sprint. Lando Norris gets second, but it's Verstappen who wins out in this sprint race. Tsunoda grabbing fourth, Sargent grabbing fifth, then it's Leclerc, Sainz and Perez rounding out the top 8. So pretty much the majority of the field getting caught out by Carlos Sainz dropping it, and as a result we get P3.
Here's something we haven't said for a little while. Welcome along to qualifying in China. After a few years absence from the calendar, it is great to be back here, but just who is going to put their car on pole?
Right, it's time to do it all over again, and this time it's for the main event, the Chinese Grand Prix itself. We are once again through into Q2. And guess what? So is Bottas. It's nice to see both Saubers in Q2 here. But unfortunately we lose Tsunoda and Sargent, who are both in the top 5 of the sprint race. That's crazy. Been a decent lap so far, but now we're heading towards the hairpin. You've got to pick your braking spot there, and we definitely picked that one quite well. Now we're heading towards the final left flick. Is it going to be a top 10, or are we out at qualifying 2? We're heading for the line now. It feels like a good lap. We're in P9. So for the third time, we have made a Q3 appearance. But again, I think I'm going to elect not to run. Save a fresh set of soft tyres for if we get a late safety car. And go from there. So there we have it. We have qualified in the top 10 for the Chinese Grand Prix. Can we bring home some points like we did in the sprint race? Let's see what lies ahead in this Chinese Grand Prix.
It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the... It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton, Sunshine, Stroll, Bottas, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Albon, Sargent, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Gasly, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. As we all know, every single driver wants to know what's required of them. And in the case of this driver, I think things are pretty stable at the moment. That they're doing what the team require. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver?
P8 on the grid, thanks to a grid penalty for quite a few of the drivers, actually. There's quite a few of them that are suffering penalties here. Hard tyres to start on and going long is the best strategy in the race. So let's go with that. Some are on medium, some are going long on hard. Who knows what the right strategy is going to be, but we are underway in Shanghai and it's a decent start, and hopefully we should be holding on to P8, although Carlos Sainz is not away well. We're going to sneak up the inside and gain 2 places there, and we're now trying to move into P6. We're going to shut someone off behind who was trying to get alongside us on the left, and look at this, the 2 Saubers moving up to 6th and 7th. A great start for both of us. And Bottas getting right behind me already in this stage of the race. And that is a great start for us. Although Hamilton, I think, has just got past Bottas. So that's unfortunate for him. But what a great start for us, moving 2 places on the first lap. That is a great start and puts us into P6. And puts us in a great position going into this race. And Hamilton already wanting a go. He's on medium tyres, so his strategy could be ruined here by us doing what we're doing and holding him back. Leclerc leads. I can't see second, third and fourth, but I'd assume it's Verstappen second, Norris third. No, it's Norris second, Verstappen third. So Leclerc leads Norris, Verstappen, Perez, Alonso, myself, Hamilton and Bottas. And Bottas sitting quite nicely in 8th at the moment. He might have other drivers having a go in a minute, but for now, he's in a very nice spot. Oh, we're going a bit deep there. But the one thing we want to prevent is Lewis Hamilton coming through. However, I feel like that may be a slight inevitability. But one thing that we do have on working in our favour is that Bottas is just backing things up a little bit at the moment. And I'm trying to not lose too much time to Alonso, but at the same time, I do kind of want to back... Oh, Sainz has got through. I don't know where Sainz got back past Bottas. I wish I'd seen where that happened, to be honest. And then we're going to have to try and defend. Hamilton is behind us. Is he going to have a go? Yes, he is. Hamilton is having a go. I'm going to try and defend it. Hamilton now on the inside. Not quite getting it done, but now he's on the outside. And I'm going to try and defend this, and I have defended it. Hamilton with no choice but to back out of that. And Sainz getting caught up there, but he gained a place, and we're just doing everything we need to at the moment. But unfortunately, us having that fight means we've lost a lot of ground to Fernando Alonso. Here comes Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Surely this lap he is going to have a go. I'm literally draining the battery for all it has left. Sainz is down the inside, and I think this time Sainz will have the move done. I want to try and switch back though, but no way through for us here. However, I'm going to have DRS coming onto the main straight, and that might just give Carlos something to worry about here as we get the DRS, but I think Sainz has now got the move done, and Sainz up into P6. Is there a little look down the inside here? Yes, there is. Sainz gives me room. A little bit of contact there as we try and find our way back past the Ferrari. Sainz holding on to the position there and doing a nice job of holding on to it, but we're going to have another go down the inside here. We're not giving up on Carlos yet. We're now side by side, and we were about to get a team order to let Bottas pass, but Sainz has got past us now, but he's had a little wobble, and I'm wondering, is there another way through on Carlos here as we go round the outside? That's not going to work, and we have to settle for P7 in the end. Carlos getting that done and getting quite a bit clear on us. Now he's actually got a second clear, so I regret a little bit fighting him the way I did, because now it's going to leave me vulnerable to Bottas behind. But I might let Bottas go. At this stage, Bottas appears to be faster. I'm not going to hold him up. We're on for a good team result here. So Bottas is going to try and take 7th. I'm not going to stop that, but what I am going to do is box Hamilton in here and just back that up a bit to let Bottas through. So Bottas now up to 7th. Let's play the team game a little bit here and get Valtteri up ahead. Team wants us ahead of Bottas by the end of lap 12. So let's get on with it now. Let's try and get Bottas and get clear of him, and maybe try and get a second gap before the DRS, because then he can try and protect us. But I think at this stage, in Sector 2, Bottas is faster. But in the first sector, we're quicker. I don't know what the difference is in Sector 3. I think it's fairly even. We're going to be attempting DRS now. The team have said, right, no more of this waiting game. Pass your teammates. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully we can get ourselves a decent position. Hamilton's going to have a look around the outside here. So I'm going to be a bit occupied with Hamilton. We've managed to shut that down. But what effectively has happened now is that Bottas has got a second clear, but we do have... I thought we had a yellow flag in front of us. We do. Someone's going very slowly. It's a Red Bull, and it's Max Verstappen. Verstappen is out of the race. The driver who took the championship lead in the sprint race finds himself out of the main Grand Prix, and we now try and catch Valtteri Bottas because I want that position back. It's now P6 and P7 we're running in. And while I'm doing a good job of protecting it, I now need to attack Bottas. And I think I need to get this move done. But at the same time, like I said, I want to try and protect the team, but I don't want to lose out to Hamilton. So it's a case of just going for it and seeing what happens. But at the moment, we're not really able to get clear of Bottas, but we're not losing anything further, although we really caught Bottas there. Now he's defending. He kind of had a bit of a look at defending there. And that's the first time he's had to defend. But the team have said, look, get past Bottas, get on with your own race. So they're clearly not happy with the pace that Bottas is running at, and they want us to run our own race. I'm surprised the order is for me to attack. Bottas is definitely starting to struggle now, though. It's very clear that he's starting to struggle because we haven't been this close for a while, so this might be it. This might be the overtake about to happen now for P6. We're coming back onto the straight now, and for sure we're going to have much more. We're going to be closer than we were last time, and we're 8 tenths within Bottas, so this could be a go for P6. Here we go. Look at the momentum difference. That is crazy, but we're now up ahead of Valtteri Bottas. I want to make sure I allow him enough DRS for the straight so that he's not losing out. But there we go, P6 and gaining a position. That is just what the doctor ordered. Where Bottas is now coming back at us, and we could play a little game here of towing each other along, but Bottas deciding he wanted that back. I wasn't quite ready for him to fight back on that one. And Bottas just catching me off guard and retaking 6. This is a great fight. What's the gap? It's about 6 tenths of a second, which I reckon will become about 7 by the end of the long right. No, it's 8. So Bottas with a bit of a gap to us, but surely we're just going to decimate that when the DRS opens. And just look at the momentum we have. Bottas not really able to do anything to stop it this time. Up into 6th we go. And Bottas will just have to sit there now. But I want to get clear because he's going to have a go down this straight once again. So I need to get clear if I can. And I think we've done just about enough to get clear of threats down the straight. No, we haven't. Bottas down the inside again. I'm getting through, but I'm now going to switch to the other side, do the switcheroo, and retake the place. Oh, what a battle this is here at Shanghai. For P6, for a point position. And I'm trying to get clear of DRS threat of Valtteri Bottas. 4 tenths clear, I don't think that's going to be enough. Bottas will be coming back through down the straight, surely. I've drained the battery. Here he comes. Bottas down the inside. And Valtteri is through, where he locks up the brakes doing it. And that might give us a bit of a run on the exit. Now Leclerc's in the pits. So that'll give us a clue as to when drivers running the alternate strategy will be pitting. They're in now, so this is a chance to have a look at Bottas. No. And now we're going to just up and under down the inside of turn 1. And we have just gone straight down the inside and moved up a place. That is how you do it. And into the pits we come. Off go the old tyres. On go a fresh set of mediums. Let's see what we can do here. No, we're being held up. We're being held up as Daniel Ricciardo now comes out of the pits in front of us. And that's left us with a bit more to do in this race. And round the outside comes Yuki Tsunoda. We bang wheels as he tries to turn the corner, but I'm right there in the way. And we get a warning for that. I'm not quite sure why I got the warning for that, but whatever. Now we're right on the back of Daniel Ricciardo. and I'm just seeing a little bit of red due to frustration. We're going to take a bit of a dive down the inside of Ricciardo, and somehow we make that work. I'll get in the bin. My lap times are not erratic. So we're now up to Alex Albon. Hamilton and Ricciardo have managed to undercut us, and we're now going to try and get past Alex Albon for P12 and protect our points finish here. Right, here we go, DRS, and just look at the clear speed advantage we've got. Albon isn't going to be able to fight this, and in fact we are through, and Albon trying to go for it down the inside, not making it work there, and we move up to P12 and now set our sights on Lewis Hamilton. If we can attack Hamilton, it's going to be very difficult. We set a purple final sector, and we have indeed made it, I think. Well, I haven't seen where other cars have turned up yet, but look how much we got on Hamilton just round the corner alone. Hamilton struggling for pace on his hards, and I think that's going to work out quite nicely for us, because we're on mediums, and we're going to take the inside here and just take a lunge on Hamilton, and surely we're going to be through here if we just use a little bit of overtake. Hamilton trying to stick the inside. It doesn't work though, and we force our way round the outside of Lewis Hamilton and move up back into the top 10. That was quite a fierce move, because he is going to have a go down this straight, but I'm going to use as much overtake as I dare to try and keep Lewis Hamilton behind, because he is who we've been racing for most of this race. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, and he should have the position and will take the position. Bottas in the pits, unbraking later, however, to try and go round the outside of Hamilton. And you know what? That has actually worked. We've got round the outside of the Mercedes and up into P10 again. Right, cars ahead of us are pitting. Our teammate is one of them, and we should be quite clear of him. Here comes Lewis Hamilton. We're going very defensive here, and we have just about kept Lewis Hamilton at bay, and we're back into P6. Bottas is down, I think, in about P9, so Bottas got a bit more work to do from where he is, and that is so rotten for Daniel Ricciardo. He was looking at finishing in the points, but now he finds himself dropping out of the race, and Bottas still in the points, doing a great job for the team there. But Ricciardo finds himself out of the race. And meanwhile, we're just doing our thing at the moment, currently sitting in P6. This would be a great finish for us, and it'd be a great haul of points from the Chinese Grand Prix. And this is Oscar Piastri now, making a move on Lewis Hamilton, sticking one down the inside. Is Oscar going to make it work? Oh, they bang wheels. Body parts flying off one of the cars. I can't see who it was. And Hamilton down the inside of Piastri, keeping himself ahead. But Oscar not giving up just yet on the Mercedes. He's now going to go down the inside and will surely have that move done. He does have that move done. Oscar Piastri up into P7. Good move by the McLaren driver. Now we're watching Alex Albon trying to take a place on Lewis Hamilton, riding on board with the Williams. Albon down the inside, and I think we'll have that move before the corner. And Hamilton takes another hit on Albon. And Hamilton slotting in behind Albon. But he's going to come back at him down this straight, because Hamilton will get another dose of DRS. He puts his Mercedes up the inside of Albon and gets through up the inside. But we're on board with Albon, and he's trying to hold on. He is not giving up easy, is the Williams, and he's going to try and push himself on the inside. And Albon trying to get it done, but Hamilton better on the exit. And Hamilton just keeping that position, and Bottas is getting very interested now.
10.5 seconds.
But now this is it, the final lap. Myself versus Oscar Piastri, and there is only a second in it. as Albon is now in 8th position. But I want to hold on to P7 here, and I'm just going to have to try and save as much battery as I can so I can drain it down that straight. So that is going to allow Oscar to gain on me a little bit here. We are going to reactivate the battery when I have sufficient battery to just defend with. So I'm using this area of the circuit to just charge the battery. We're up to about 70% now, so this should be it. And hopefully that should be enough to defend. Piastri really close now though. He's within 1/10 of a second. Surely he's going to have a go. Can we defend Oscar Piastri on this final lap? Can we make him wish there was one more lap in this race? We're going to have to sit in the middle of the circuit here. Piastri trying to get a toe, but we've got enough overtake that we've drained the battery and just been able to hold Piastri behind. Lando Norris wins the Chinese Grand Prix, but after going all out to try and hold P6, we are going to succeed in doing so. It's a great result for us, P6.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
It's victory in Shanghai, and what a victory it is after an incredible Grand Prix.
Well, another race victory today, and you can clearly see they're starting to believe in themselves more and more. You get to a stage, Crofty, where you become very hard to beat as a driver when you keep putting in performances like this one.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action.
What
I
a
can't wait to see what's
fantastic
next.
result that is for us then, to secure P6 and also get Bottas home in P9. Double points for Sauber here today. That is a fantastic team result, but I'm so happy with P6. The upgrades that arrived for this race really doing their job amazingly and moving us up the field. So Lando Norris is your race winner here with fastest lap. Carlos Sainz is second, Perez third, Alonso fourth, Leclerc fifth, we're sixth. Piastri had a great go at us for sixth, but ends up settled for seventh. A fantastic result for Albon in eighth. Good weekend for Williams, double points in, well, getting points in the sprint and feature race. Bottas gets 9th and Lewis Hamilton takes 10th. But let's have a little look at that final lap because I want to see. So this is Albon then. He is going to go past Lewis Hamilton round the outside. Hamilton trying to hold the inside line. Nearly banging wheels there. Wheel to wheel coming out of the corner. Albon will have the inside for the left-hander. Albon takes the inside. Hamilton having to back out. And that might allow Bottas a chance through as well. Bottas is making his way through. Bottas is through. So Bottas up into P9. Great move by him. So this is what the Chinese Grand Prix does for the standings. We have a third leader of the championship this season. Lando Norris is now your championship leader. Fernando Alonso is second, 1 point behind. And Max Verstappen is 10 points behind. So Max very much in the fight there. But a super strong weekend from us. moves us into the top 10 of the drivers' standings, and that will do nicely. Leclerc and Sainz are rounding out the top 5 of the drivers' standings. And in the constructors, it's big moves for us, as we're now sitting 6th in the Constructors' Championship. Well, that was a very strong race for us. What will happen through the rest of the season? It looks like we've got an intense championship fight brewing there. Oh, I'm living for this. I can't wait to see how this unfolds. But thank you so much for watching this installment of Career Mode. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care, and I'll see you all very soon.